We are going to continue our discussion of slavery now. Vamos a continuar nuestra lección. So, why slavery? Why slavery? Let's look. In order to work plantations, massive fields of crops, you need many people working with you, but it costs money. So, the people in the United States decided to trade goods and furniture and tobacco and things like this to get slaves from Africa. Well, what happens when you farm all of these crops? This is sugarcane, and so you get sugar. These are tobacco plants, and so you get cigarettes. And this is cotton, so you get nice clothing. But sugar, cigarettes, and clothing isn't all you need to live. You also need food and other things like shelter and homes to live. So let's look at this. It's not just about what goods you can create, it's also about who you can trade with. I want you to answer this question. What is Africa trading? And what is the US trading? You'll notice that many of the things that the United States needed to survive came from other countries. They would put goods on boats, and the boats would go across the world and bring back things that the people needed to survive. And things like sugar and cigarettes and clothes from the United States were very valuable. And so the United States got very rich. Now, the United States continued to grow and get rich and get more land and expand until it had more states for many years. For 100 years, the United States used slavery to grow, to get more rich, to have more land. But by 1861, a lot of people decided they did not want slaves anymore. They thought having a slave was evil. And so there was a war fought over it called the Civil War from 1861 to 1864. And then slavery is what we call abolished. All of the slaves were set free, which would be nice for these slaves to have their own land and be able to start their own families and be able to earn money, but it still wasn't very fair. And so then after we study a little bit more about slavery, we are going to look at the civil rights movement. And this is a picture of Martin Luther King Jr. And this is something that is still going on today, where the Black people in this country are fighting to have more rights. Because even though they are no longer slaves, they still do not have as much money or freedom as white people in this country do. But that is for the future. In this week and maybe the next 2 weeks, I just want us to learn about the history of slaves, what slaves had to go through, slaves escaping, and the trade routes that were created due to slavery. I hope you enjoyed this video. You may rewatch it as many times as you want until you get all of those questions correct. And if you have any questions, I am always here. Good luck and keep working hard.